have tried vegan, worst time of my life.
This would be a more pressing question, a more challenging question. Do you think that the taste would justify what the animals have to go through? Let's talk about the dairy industry. What do you know about the dairy industry as a whole?
I'll say not a lot.
And I want to start off by saying I'm coming from no place of judgment whatsoever, because I didn't know. I thought cows ate grass and produced milk. So this is where I was when I started learning about the dairy industry.
Okay.
Let's start with why cows produce milk.
I don't know.
The reason why cows produce milk is because they're mums, because they have a baby.
So like us, yeah.
Right. So when the babies are born, because we take the cow's milk from her, what do you think happens to her babies?
Okay, I see where you're going with this now.
A male in the dairy industry, they're classed as a waste product because they don't produce milk.
Yeah.
So first day or two of life, they're often killed. They may be grown for maybe 6 months and then killed, but they're just commodified as a waste product. They're sort of like, they don't fit. They don't fit what they're trying to do. If the mum has a baby girl, what do you think happens to the baby girl?
They'll probably keep it and bear it up and
So she still gets removed from her mum, gets put into an isolation hutch, and then when she's sexually mature, she joins the back of a dairy herd and off she goes. Because what happens to the milk that's intended for her?
Probably taken and fed hand, possibly?
No. So the babies are fed like supplements, like milk powdered supplements.
Okay.
And all the milk that was intended for her goes to cheese, to yogurt, chocolate bars, skimmed, semi-skimmed, whole in the milk, comes to the supermarkets, and then we go and we buy it. When we buy that milk, what do you think we're telling the industry to do?
Make more.
Right?
Yeah.
So this whole industry is built off of supply and demand. As a consumer, why do you think that they don't want us, me the same as you, not knowing much about the dairy industry?
Because otherwise we would buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see, I work in retail, so I see the retail side in buying and supply and demand, and I get that side.
Yeah.
Completely.
These industries, I mean, we're talking about dairy industry, but meat, eggs, dairy, liver, they have got billions of pounds, billions of dollars to spend yearly to humane wash and to, lie to the public to condition us.
Yeah.
Would you believe that the RSPCA assure gas chambers for pigs?
No, I didn't.
Shocking, right?
Yeah.
When you see the RSPCA logo, as a kid growing up, I was like, these are the good guys.
Yeah, that's
like they're the ones, you see them like going in and grabbing the cats and dogs, and then you start thinking, I never see them going in and like grabbing chickens or grabbing like them, they don't care about them. And then you realise that the RSPCA assured logo goes on to pigs, and pigs are gassed in the UK in gas chambers. Red Tractor is a certification. Who do you think owns and runs Red Tractor?
Probably the RSPCA you're about to tell me, eh?
Farmers. So this is a farmer accreditation designed and run by farmers. They're like policing themselves. But as a consumer on this end, we go to the supermarket and we see a wrapped up package of like an animal's body or some milk, say. So we're disconnected from the individual. It then says RSPCA. Okay, that's good. Red Tractor, so it's got some certifications here.
Yeah.
This must be okay.
Yeah.
And then we buy the body, all the milk and stuff. If these industries were transparent with the public, like you said, we'd remove our support.
Yeah.
We spoke about the dairy industry. Do you think that the other industries off the back of that could be just as evil towards the animals?
Probably. There's always a secret, isn't there, to everything? Like...
Yeah. When we know the truth, do you believe that we can then be held accountable for our choices?
We probably could, but we probably won't be.
What about you as an individual?
I have tried vegan. I've tried, again, for my children, I've gone vegan. Worst time of my life. I hated it. I think because I've always been brought up on meat products and animal products, I just prefer it. I just didn't like the alternatives.
Right. So it was a taste thing. You didn't like the taste of it.
I didn't like. I don't know. I just sort of missed it. I think because I've been brought up on it.
This would be a more pressing question, a more challenging question. But do you think that the taste would justify what the animals have to go through?
No. I do sometimes think, I'm like, because I used to have chickens when I was younger, but I still ate chicken.
Right.
And I had their eggs because they were like in my backyard, so I could have them. But I still buy eggs now.
We have rescue
It's
hens
difficult
as well.
Because I wouldn't think about it. I don't know. For a bit, I did go, oh, this is a chicken, and I did get a little bit like, oh, this was like clucking not that long ago.
So you
And
have that in you.
I did. I have, but now I'm sort of like, but they're gonna die anyway. But then I think, but then I wouldn't eat a human.
I'm glad you did that.
This like I do flip flop quite a lot.
I'm glad you came up with that analogy because we're all going to die anyway. But then I couldn't say, look, Barry was going to die anyway, so I shot him and I ate him. You know, and I could never be held. Like no one could ever say to me, Steve, justify that, and I'd say, oh, I just like the taste of Barry, so I just shot him and ate him. People would be like, you can't justify it. And it's the same for these animals as well. Like, how do we justify what we do to them? Do you believe that animals are individuals? Do you believe that we should morally consider them? That's a long pause.
It's difficult.
What's difficult? Where's your...
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because they are something. They are a being as such. They are living.
So someone. They're not like a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But then at the same time, it's difficult because at the same time they're like nothing as well. I couldn't sit here and have a conversation with a cat. Like,
okay.
Do you see what I mean?
I see where you're coming from, and I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate you letting me challenge you and have a conversation about it. Let's say another human being which has the same cognitive ability as a cow. So let's say a human being who can't converse with me, who can't do anything more than what a cow can. Would it be okay to do what we do to animals to that human being? Let's say a baby. Essentially a baby.
Yeah.
So would it be okay?
No. When you put it in that way, when you put it in, it's really difficult actually.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm just testing consistency because it can be difficult if we've got no consistency and if we bounce around. And we've all been conditioned, me as well, we're conditioned to being speciesist. We would say cats and dogs, Christian names in homes, we love them. Chickens, cows, sheep, pigs, dogs, we appreciate them, but we still eat them and still hurt them. So we have this layer of conditioning. But when we break it down...
It's where the line is, isn't it, as well?
The line, I would say the line is a sentience. Do you know, have you ever heard of sentience before?
No.
So a sentient being is someone who has a central nervous system, a brain, has the ability, they feel emotion, they can suffer, they feel pain. So when we realise cows, chickens, pigs, sheep, and all the other animals that are in these industries that exploit them, they are sentient, how can we justify what we do to them?
Yeah.
What do you think with that?
It's really difficult because then they are essentially humans in a way because they've got that feeling like us when you put it like that. So I think that is different. It is difficult.
What I'd say is, I wouldn't say they're humans, but I would say that they're similar in all the ways that matter.
Yes.
They're similar in all the ways that matter. And for that reason, I would state that my position is that we shouldn't exploit them. What do you think?
No, I definitely would start thinking again and think this animal's probably being hurt. But I still would eat meat. I still would have animal products.
But how would you justify? Because that's like if we swapped it round, right? This could be like, we'd go crazy with our analogy.
Yeah.
And if I've gone too far, change my analogy. But let's say that I traffic children, and you were sitting here saying, Steve, it's unethical to traffic children. We shouldn't do it. Da, 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 da. And I said, I do understand what you're saying, and I understand all your points. But I'm probably still going to do it.
Yeah, that is strong.
It is strong. But
yeah,
it's an analogy.
It's the exact same analogy, just the term has changed.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if that was the opposite way around, what would your next sentence to me be?
I'd probably still say it was bad. It's still not right. It's still
right.
Yeah.
See, you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And I'm challenging you just to make you think, because the severity of that. I was at a slaughterhouse yesterday with dairy cows, and I saw and heard some of the most horrific things in my life. I saw these animals having their lives taken in front of me, and then when you bring it back to it, it's just because of someone's spending habits, culture, social pressure, taste, pleasure, convenience, and you think, I'm looking at the individual here as having everything taken from them for these really flaky excuses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why aren't people connecting? Yeah. So my job isn't to point my finger at you and say, you're bad for not being, I want to say, why aren't you connecting? Let's help you connect, because the animals need you to, because in all the ways that matter, they're the same as us, you know? So, have you ever seen animals in slaughterhouses?
No, I haven't.
So would
It's
you?
not my past daytime, you see.
And the industry don't want you to see it
No.
again.
Yeah.
Imagine if next to the bacon section in the supermarket they had. By the way, this is a video of how the pigs were gassed.
Yeah.
I don't reckon anyone would buy them
No,
body
probably
parts. You know, can I show you some footage now, or give you some stuff to take away?
I won't look at any now, only because I'm just about to go have lunch.
But it could influence you to make a good decision over lunch,
Yeah.
right? Can I show you the bit that made me vegan?
Yeah.
Let me just show you. I'll just skip to it. I'll show you the bit that made me vegan, and this is a dairy cow. Okay, so this is the bit. So this is the cow who turned me vegan. So she's in what's called a knock box, and they tell you that they bolt gun the cows because if they bolt gun the cow, then they instantly don't feel anything, right?
Yeah.
The reason why they bolt gun the cow in the knock box is because if you've ever been by cows, they're super strong animals.
Yeah.
Someone's coming towards her or him with a knife, and as soon as they turn their head, the risk to injury to the slaughter person is quite high.
Yeah.
So they bolt gun them to drop them to the floor to disorientate
Yeah.
them, and you'll see in a second exactly why. So this is the bolt gun procedure. Can you see all right with this sun?
Yeah, that's
And then they come out the side here, so you can see that she's fully conscious. She's just incapacitated to defend
Yeah.
herself or run away. This is standard practice. This is
Okay.
RSPCA assured, and this is what the industry don't show you as the consumer.
Yeah.
If they showed you this,
A lot of people probably would buy it. Yeah.
what about you? Would you still buy cow's milk after seeing this?
Not if I saw that.
Okay.
It's really. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably still would, but I would definitely think more. But then I also do buy a lot of like almond milk. I do buy a lot of oat milk, soya milk.
So you already have the alternative milks. I'll push you again by saying to me, it would make me feel bad, but I'd think about it more.
Yeah.
It's just lip service for me right now. That equates to Steve. I understand what you're telling me, but I'm not going to make any additional changes to my actions.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to be responsible for them cows going in there. But I can't tell you why. I just
Yeah.
didn't like the taste.
Yeah,
and
I know.
you've already agreed with me that taste was nowhere near a good enough justification.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? How are we going to connect you? What about if it was you? Let's swap places. Could you empathise enough that if it was you being the victim?
Well, because I've been the victim, so yeah.
And if you was the victim, and if let's say you were the victim and you were there listening to you right now and what you're saying.
Well annoyed, probably. Yeah, I would.
Okay. So why do we not grant them that same respect?
Yeah.
These are the questions.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, I'm just trying to be transparent and show you the realities, because when you know, you can decide. I can show everyone what they're going to support, and a small minority of people will still say, I don't care. I'm still going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be a small percent of people who don't have compassion and empathy, and you can't make somebody compassionate or empathetic.
I know what you
But
mean.
but once you know the realities of the industry you support, then that's up to you to make
Yeah,
your decisions based
absolutely.
around that.
Absolutely.
I hope you make the right decisions for the animals' sake.
Thank
If you look at our channel, we spend a lot of time going to slaughterhouses, a lot of time investigating farms and being up close to this injustice, and it's truly heartbreaking. And the industry will never show you what we show you or what animal rights activists show you, because if they showed you and they showed you enough, then you'd remove your support, and that's what
Yeah.
they're scared of.
Give me 2 seconds, I'm getting a phone
No,
call, so
you,
I'm going to have to go, but
you
thank you very much.
take this card.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to me. Good conversation, did have empathy. I wanted to back round to the backyard hen situation, because she said she had eggs from backyard hens a while back, and I wanted to come back to that, but she got a phone call and had to leave. But she was empathetic, it was in there, but struggling to connect. Tried a different approach. I tried to ask her what would make her connect, because at the end of the day, I've got to do what's optimal for the animals, and just making her feel bad, I don't think that she would have left with the same feeling. Hopefully she's left here today realizing that the decisions she makes are important to someone, and that's someone being the animals. And she's going for lunch now. Let's hope she has a vegan lunch and carries on from there. We'll keep trying.